Morning my dear students. So today again we are going to continue the fourth chapter. So in the last class we are discussed the meaning and the importances of planning, the features of planning and limitations of planning we are discussed. I think you are across with well known about the what is planning, what are the roles are going to be played by the plans in an organization, along with some importances we have been discussing. So here in every functions there is an process, there is an steps has to be followed. In the same way, in the planning function we have the process, that is a planning processes. Totally we have 7 steps of or 7 process has to be carried out to prepare a single plan. So what are those ones? The first thing, that is setting objectives, developing premises, identification of alternative courses of actions, evaluating alternative courses, selecting an alternative, implementing the plan, follow action. So all these points has to be made it as a diagram. So it's a definite question for 8 mark. So make it as by showing an arrow mark you can draw the diagram. So here the first one, setting objectives. The next one, developing premises. The third one, identification of alternative courses of action. Next one, evaluating alternative courses. Next one, selecting an alternative. Next one, implementing. Next one, follow. For this, make a box like this. You can draw the diagram. So if you draw the diagram, it will be give the marks in your examination. So first one, setting objective, developing premises, identification of alternatives, evaluating alternative courses, selecting an alternative courses, implementing the courses and follow. So like this you can draw the diagram. So first thing we are going to be explain the first steps, that is setting objectives. So in the last class only we were discussed what is objectives. The objectives are nothing but the desired goals, what the organization is going to wishing to reach the goals. So here the objectives are, that is our desired goals set by our top level management. Here the objectives are going to be set from our top level management. So here what is objective? Objectives are desired goals or desired targets which what the departments is or what the units has to be carried out to reach the goals is, that is called as objectives. So here before going to make a plan, the planning belongs to first one, setting an objective. So before going to carry out any activity, first we should set an objective. What is our objective or what is our target or what is our goals is we has to be set. So the depends on the goals then the plans can be made in an organization. So here the setting objectives is a first function in the process of planning. So process of planning only first step, that is setting objectives. So objectives are the goals which determine what the organization wants to achieve. So it gives the answers to what the work has to be carried out. So that's why the objectives are the goals which determine what the organization wants to achieve. So it's going to be give the clear picture about what the organization has to be do the works or what the organization wants to achieve in future. So almost the plans are futuristic. One of the feature we are discussed in the last class, is it? So whatever the plans we are going to be made for today, it will be for a future analysis. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಏನೇ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ we used to make a plans. So that cases the objectives are the goals which determine what the organization wants to achieve. ಇದು ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಏನನ್ನ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, that is called as a objectives. So they must be specific, realistic and measurable as far as possible. So here it must be specific. The objective should be clear and easy to understanding. Along with that, it should be realistic. So there should not be any errors or any bias in our objectives. When we have errors in our objectives, obviously the process, the plans are also, we can find the errors, because the objectives only error and the plans are also can be found as a negativity in our planning. So that case it should be realistic. So according to the current situation, the plans has to be made according to the realistically it should be framed and measurable as far as possible. Yes, we should prepare it as a measurable, that is qualitative or in a quantitative manner. So that case they must be specific. So here the objective should be specific to all the departments and all the units in an organization, and along with it should specifically known to all the employees in an organization. The best example, the workers did not know about the what are the objectives of a organization, but they are working. So when they are working simply without knowing or without establishment of any objectives, there is no fulfillment of there is no efficiency in an organization, or there is no efficiency in a working process. We can be call it as. So in that cases, it should be specifically known or specifically stated in all the departments or in units, and along with it should be clear and understandable manner and simple manner to all the employees, and along with that it should be realistic. The objectives should be realistic. So while framing an objective, we used to follow the real situations along with keeping in the minds of a future. We used to prepare the objectives. Along with that one, it should be in measurable terms. So how as possible, it should be in measurable terms. That is possible. That is quantitative and qualitative manner. The next one. Every business organization must have certain objective, obviously. So even whether it may be small scale industry, medium scale industry or large scale industry, every organization will have the objectives in an organization, whether it may be a short term or whether it may be a long term. So whatever it may be, they will be having objectives. So their desired goals is to reach the objectives with the efficiency and effective manner. So here, another example, ಒಬ್ರು ತರಕಾರಿ ಮಾರೋರಿಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಟಾಪ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬಿಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್. ದ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸೆಟ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ತರಕಾರಿ ಮಾರೋರು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೊ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒಬ್ಬ ತರಕಾರಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರೋ ಮಾರಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ನಾನು ಫುಲ್ ತರಕಾರಿ ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಮಾರಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ಗೆ ನಂದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಶಾಪ್ ನಾನು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಲ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್, ರೀಚಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಏನು, ಫ್ಯೂಚರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಏನು, ನಾನು ಶಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಯಾವುದು ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಶಾಪ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ. So for that one, so what is going to be do? So daily is used to collect the vegetables from the asellas, and after that used to go for the door to door and the peddlers. Now last year allo discussion madidhi hawkers and peddlers. So their wishes is to, so na dina ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನನ್ನ ತರಕಾರಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. After that the income has to be saved. After that, when I spend a larger amount, then I can reach my desired goal. So what is his desired goal? That is establishing a shop, that is a vegetable or a fruit shop, whatever it may be. So that's what our desired goal. So the futuristic. So then one objective should be stated clearly to all departments and employees. Yes. So here, because the objectives are going to be framed according to the departments. All organization ge ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು objectives ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, there will be a different objectives will be there. So those objectives has to be clearly defined to all the departments in an organization and along with all the employees. So this is what a setting of objectives. So before go to next step, the first, again I am going to be clear that one, setting objectives means here a first steps which belongs to a planning process. So here the objectives are the desired goals, that is the desired goals is that which going to be determine what the organization is going to be achieve. Andre objectives andre desired goals is what the organization ಏನನ್ನ reach ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, the identifications can be seen in our objectives. Along with that one, it should be, the objectives should be realistic, measurable terms and specific. The next one, so here all the organization, so ನಾವು ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, we can see anywhere in the process, that is objectives are will going to be set. The next one, here it is the objective should be clearly stated to all the departments and all the employees in the organization. Yes, the first steps has been completed. The second step, that is developing premises. Yes, so you know the meaning of development, that is improvisation anta heli karibodu. The next one, premises. Then what is the meaning of premises? The premises is nothing but definite 1 or 2 mark question, that is write about a developing premises. What do you mean by developing premises? They are going to be asked. The premises is nothing but a certain sum of assumptions. The certain sum of assumptions are made in a planning process, that is called as assumptions. Yes, let me know first one, a developing premises. Planning is essential for accomplishment of objectives in certain future. Yes. So here the planning is an essential. It is very important. Yadu planning is an very important accomplishment of, for what purpose, why it is important, to reach the objectives in uncertain future. Uncertain means that is we don't know about the what is going to be happen in future. So for that thing we are going to be make a plan for today itself. Howdalma? So naale namge ಏನು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, but we are going to be made the plans objectives and the goals will be set for the future, even though in an uncertainty. So how can we reach the goals? That is our planning. Planning ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ we can reach the goals even when there is an uncertainties in future. The next one, as such plans are formulated with a certain assumptions. Yes, so the plans ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, there will be an assumptions belongs to an desired goals. ಹೌದಾ? So assumptions ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The best example, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಇದರ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಗೋಲ್ ಬಂದು ಏನಂತ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಬಂದು ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 10 lakh rupees ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ದು ಗೋಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು 10 lakh rupees ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ 10 lakh rupees goal ನಾವು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ನ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ there will be an different phases will be there. So how the work has to be carried out, so what are the functions has to be carried out, or what are the disciplines or what are the activities has to be carried out ಅಂತ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we don't know about the future but we are going to make the plan. Is it? ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ 10 ಲಕ್ಷನೇ ನಾವು ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಾ ಅಥವಾ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಾ ಅಥವಾ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಾ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ದ ಗೋಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಗೋಲ್ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, we used to make our assumptions. ಹೇಗೆ, ಇನ್ನ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡು. ಹೇಗೆ, ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು 100 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 100 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು, ನಾನು 10 ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ 10 ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ನ 10 ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ನ ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ, 100 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ here we may reach a 100 units by using a 10 number of workers, and along with that we may also failure in reaching a 100 or producing 100 units by using 10 number of workers. So it's an assumption. This assumption may be succeed and may not also be succeed. So one of the limitation, that is the planning may also be give the guarantee succeed and may not also be provide the guarantee success. So ನಮಗೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಕೊಡದೇನೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಹುದು. So all are a certain assumptions. So that's why here the as such plans are formulated with certain assumptions. So the plans are going to be framed by some assumptions. The next one, planning premises are assumptions about the future conditions. So we are going to be make our future assumptions about the future. ಹೀಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೀಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೀಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಇವಾಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ಇನ್ನ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಕರೋನಾ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಎಂಗೇಜ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಕರೋನಾ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, there is a break, ಹೌದಾ. ಸೊ we are thought that if we are going to be start the classes in our April itself, then the portions can be covered before itself and the revisions can be taken places. Then we can make a improvisations in our students and we are thought. That is assumption. ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, that is assumption. So for all about the future condition, about the future condition and events like trends in populations, change in political and economical environment, variations in production cost and prices, government and legal regulations, etc. So here we will be going to make some assumptions related to our future conditions or the events like ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ assumption. Those assumptions are called as a premises. So this is a very important according to a examination purpose ke they used to ask for 2 marks, that is about the developing premises or planning premises. Yes, again we used to be start one the second process in planning, that is developing premises. After setting an objectives, the next one we used to make our development of premises. So here the premises is nothing but some certain assumptions about the future conditions. So the planning is an essential accomplishment objective in uncertain future. So uncertain futures ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ goals ಗಳನ್ನ reach ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ plans is going to make a help of that one. The next one formulated with certain assumptions. The plans are going to be formulated to certain assumptions and the planning premises are assumptions about the future conditions and events. So yeah, the planning premises means assumptions about the future and and conditions and events like, so whatever it may be, where it may be political environment or it may be economical environment or legal or related to marketing, so whatever it may be, we used to make some assumptions. So those assumptions are going to be built in second step, that is developing premises. In the first step we used to set the objectives. Second step, next one we used to be according to based on those objective. The next one we used to build assumptions related to future conditions. The next one, identification of alternative courses of action. So before going to that one, what is alternatives? Alternatives means that is different methods or different ways we used to be follow the goals. So that is called as an alternatives. So here, once objectives are set and assumptions are made, the alternative courses of action has to be identified through which the organization can achieve its objectives. So here, best example, production department is producing 1000 units per day. Per day ಗೆ 1000 units ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು 1000 units ನ per day ಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ a objective per day. So for 1000 units, how much of raw material has to be utilized or has to be used? For example, by using 500 units, 500 units of raw materials na use ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ and 200 members workers. Yes. So ಇದನ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ 500 units of raw materials and 200 number of workers ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ they used to be make the 1000 units of goods na finished goods na production ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಾರ್ಯರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ತರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇದೇ ತರ they used to make a different alternatives. ಇದು first alternative. The second alternative, by using 750 units of raw material and 250 number of workers. So this is second alternative. So here, to reach the desired goals, we can see the different alternative, the different methods or different ways to reach the desired goals. So these alternatives has to be identified. So ನಾವು ಯಾವ way ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು in assumptions, build on assumption, based on assumptions and based on objective, we should find the or identify the alternatives or which alternatives can be identifiable. So ಇದೇ ತರ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So this is what alternatives, identification of alternatives. Alternatives nothing but the ways or the methods which are going to make going to be followed in a future to reach the desired goals. So here there may be many ways to act and achieve the objectives. There may be many ways. Yes, the ways are, the alternatives will be more. So the management should know all the alternative courses of action to achieve the objectives. So before going to select or before going to be evaluate, first thing they should know about the how many varieties of alternatives can be identifiable. ನಮಗೆ ಈ 1000 units ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೆರೈಟಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, they should be well known about alternatives. This is what a third step, that is identification of alternatives courses of an action. So here alternatives means that is a methods or a ways which are going to be identified in an organization to carry out a desired goals. Yes. So here this way is completely depend on first and second steps. That is after setting up objectives and making some developing some premises or some assumption based on objectives and assumptions, these alternatives are going to be identifiable. Yes, these alternatives are going to be helps to reach the desired goals by selecting any one among many other alternatives. So nani just example agi nanu nimge ಎರಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದೇ ತರ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ there will be a different basis will be there or different alternatives can be identifiable. So those alternatives has to be well known to a manager, because if we going to be failure in a first alternative, then we can be identify when we can be select the second alternative. But when we identified only one alternative, there is no more chances for that one whether it may be providing a positive result or negative result. We should follow the first steps, because we did not find out any more alternatives. On that cases or certain situations or in an organization, for that purpose we used to be identify the more number of alternatives should be identified in according to based on setting objectives and developing premises conditions mele. This is what a third steps related to a planning, the plans process. The next one, fourth one, that is evaluating alternatives courses. Yes, so in the third step we are identified the steps, alternative steps ಗಳನ್ನು identify ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Yes, these steps has to be evaluated. Evaluated is nothing but examining ಅಥವಾ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅದದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು, ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಚೆಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟಿಂಗ್. ಆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್? ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ the next step is to analyze the strength and weaknesses of each alternatives. Yes, so here if we follow a first alternative by using 500 units of raw material and 200 number of workers, what will be the strength? Or 200 workers na now uses ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, so what is the cost of raw material and what is the labor charges, that is wages, and what is the total cost we are going to be incurred to reach, that is to produce the 1000 goods. In the same way, when we use 750 units of raw material, so what will be the cost, and 250 number of workers, what will be the wages and what will be the total cost, and can we maintain the quality in the product? First thing we is to be identify that one. So that thing here, each alternatives has to be identified its own strength and weaknesses. Yes, when we use a 500 number of raw material, of course we are going to maintain the quality, not more than, not less than, in between anta heli ankotivi. Yes, so when according to the cost of a product, we should maintain the raw material. After that one, in the second process, again when we use the 750 units of raw material for producing the 1000 units, obviously the quality will be standard. In the same way, the cost of product also going to be increased. So this what we has to be identify the advantages and disadvantages among the alternatives. All alternatives courses of action have their own merits and limitations, and there is no need to evaluate each and every courses of action in the light of objectives to be achieved. So here, first thing you should know the advantages and disadvantages of each alternatives, and all the alternatives cannot be followed in an organization. So which is according to the advantage, strength and weaknesses, we are going to select any one among the number of alternatives. Alternatives ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. That is based on strength and weaknesses. This is called evaluating alternatives courses of action. This step belongs to one third step, that is identifying courses of an action, alternative courses of an action. Yes, first identification ಆಗಬೇಕು ಯಾವುದು, alternatives. After that the next process, that is evaluating is nothing but testing ಇರಬಹುದು, checking ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ examining ಇರಬಹುದು according to our condition or according to the raw material usage ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ according to the availabilities of workers ಇರಬಹುದು, whatever it may be, on different conditions and different situations. So we should identify we should evaluate the strength and weaknesses of each alternatives. So among this one, which alternatives is going to provide the best or high strengths, so that thing is going to be selected for the next process. Evaluate each and every courses of action in the light of objectives should be achieved. The next one, selecting an alternatives. Yes, among we are identified, that is a strength and weaknesses of all the alternatives. Yes, after that we used to select any one among the so many alternatives. We used to select any one the alternatives. This step, this is the real point of decision making. Yes, this step is very important in an organization. After evaluating, next one is selecting. After examining each and every courses of action, the best is to be selected for accomplishment if the objectives of the organization. That is, they used to become after examining or after identifying strength and weaknesses, they are going to be select the any one which is going to which is helps to reach the organizational goals. Yes, nanu alternative A use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, yes, I can reach the goals, that is by minimizing the cost and along with maintaining the stable in the cost of the product. Yes, if I go to select the second one, I cannot minimize the cost, but I can provide the standard of goods can be produced. The costs are also will be high. If you going to if your products are or if your objectives means, that is producing the products for high level people, that is top level peoples ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ rich persons ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, you can go for a second one, because a top level peoples are going to give the priority for high qualitative goods. But the middle level and lower level peoples are going to give the preferences for along with the quality and along with the cost they are giving. But high level people only give the preferences for a quality, because they are not going to bother about the cost. So this part by analyzing, that is selecting, and that is the selection is a very important process in our planning ಅಲ್ಲಿ very important process, because ಇದೆರಡು ಅಂದ್ರೆ alternatives ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, decisions ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. If our decision is wrong, entire process is going to be a flop. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ negative result ಅನ್ನು provide ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Yes, the next one, implementing the plans. Yes, so ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು plan ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, selection ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. After that I should make a implementing. This step is considered with putting the plan into action and doing what is required. So ಈ plan ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದನ್ನ I am bringing to an action. So plan ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, that plan is going to be selected plans is going to be bring into an action in an organization. The managers start communicating the plans to employees and initiate them to carry out the activities according to the specification of plan. Yes, after the selection, the manager duty is going to be start. Used to communicate the plans to all the employees according to his ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೇನು ನಮಗೆ guidelines ಇರುತ್ತೆ, those guidelines has to be provided to all the employees by giving an initiative works to all the workers. The next one follow up action. To see whether the plans are implemented and activities are performed as per plans adopted is also part of a planning process. Yes, now first end madidve we had identified the alternatives. Next one, we are examined the alternatives. After that we are selected the alternatives. Yes, after that there is no end. So ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಗಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಅಗೇನ್ we should follow up the actions, whether they are comfortable with the planning, whether they are following the plans are given according to the plans ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, whether any upgradations or any details they are needed, that has to be followed by a manager or the top level person. Monitoring the plan is equally important to ensure that objectives are achieved. Yes, by monitoring what work has to be carried out, how has to be carried out. So what are the steps has to be taken places, whether there is any mistakes in our plans or whether there is any confusion about understandable manner alidya, we should make a corrections of that one. That helps to follow up the action. Means in a follow up action again we can make any mistakes can be corrected in a follow up action. So these are the 7 steps which are going to be followed in planning process. The very important and definite in related to a planning chapter. Again I am going to be explained. That is the first step, setting objective. Here first thing we are going to be set the objective. Objectives are nothing but the desired goals is what the organization has to be achieved in an organization. Organizationally ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ನಾವು ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, that is called as a objective. These objectives are going to be framed from our top level management. The next one, based on the objectives, the next one, the premises, that is we are going to build the assumptions. The premises is nothing but assumptions about the condition, that is future conditions and events. Andre future conditions ಮತ್ತೆ events ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ we should build some assumptions. The next one, identification. So to reach the or to carry out the works we used to get many ways. That ways or that methods has to be identified first. First thing they has to be identified. How many number of ways can be identifiable, that thing we has to be identified. So next one is evaluating. After that each and every alternatives has to be evaluated. That is depends on our future, that is our objective. ನಮ್ಮ objective ತಕ್ಕ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು alternatives ನಮಗೆ identified ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ those alternatives has to be identified in an organization. That is by identifying their strength and weaknesses, by ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಫಾಲೋ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಚೆಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಇವಾಲ್ಯುಯೇಟಿಂಗ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ identifying strengths and weaknesses, the next one we are going to select the alternatives among number of alternatives. ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ alternatives ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. depends on our objective. ನಮ್ಮ objectives ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ we should select the alternatives among by seeing the strength and weaknesses. After that one, the next one, the selected alternative is going to be implemented or it going to be bring into an action. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೈ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ and going to give the initiative to all the workers and giving a specification about the plans. So ಏನ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್, ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ has to be given by manager to all the workers. The next one, follow up action. Yes. So namge implement aitu, then our work is completed. No. Again the work is going to be started. That is follow up. We should follow up the plans. So whatever the alternative we are going to be implemented, that has to be followed up. Whether it is going to be properly in working condition or whether it going to be can we reach the organizational goals according to our objectives. That has to be followed up by top level along with all the managers. So these are the 7 steps that has to be followed in planning process. The next one, types of plans. Yes. So here the plans are classified into several types depending on the use and the length of the planning period. So here according to the that is the usage and length of a period, the types has been classified in a plan. So certain plans have a short term horizon and helps to achieve operational goals. Obviously, we have been seeing that the short term goals and long term goals. So depend on that one. Short term goals are going to give or to helps to reach that is achieve the operational goals. These plans can be classified into single use and standard plans ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So standard plans applicable plans applicable. Yes. So standard plans. So here according to based on our terms, that is period length of a period, they has been classified into 2 category, that is single use and standard plans. So then what is standard plans? Standard, that is, or what is single use plan? It is developed for one time event or a one time project. Yes. So here single, the name only going to be says that single means one anta ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, one ಅಥವಾ independent ಅಥವಾ separate ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Yes. So here the plan it going to be used for one time or for the one project. For example, the project A ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನೇನ್ plans ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ that plans is going to be comes under the single use plan. After the completion of that project, again the plans are not going to be used for further. So it going to be wind up for that project itself. So adha ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, that plan is going to be end for today itself. That is not going to be used for tomorrow. That is why the best example for that one, budgets or the programs are the best example. So the best example, ಏನಿವು ನಾವು ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಥ್ನಿಕ್ ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ. ಎಸ್. ಸೊ that plan is going to be made for only for a day. The ethnical day means ಆ one day ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಆ ಡೇಟ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, that day the plan is going to be carried out. Again for the next year the different plans are going to be made. So ಅದೇ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಾ? No. So that's why it is called as a single use plan. That means using for a single purpose or for the single event or a project. The duration of this plan may depends upon the type of the project. Yes. Whether it is the projects ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು? The duration of a plan. Single use plan. Whether a small project ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ the period will be lesser period, that is 1 month or 6 months. So whether it may be a big project, then it can be called as a years together. So depend on that one, the plans, that is single use plans is going to be framed. Next one, it may span of week or a month. So week irbodu athwa month irbodu. Next one, it includes budgets, programs and projects. Which one? Under the single use plans we can say the budget and programs are the best example. They are going to ask for 1 mark. Give an example for single use plan. So here single use plan the example means that is budgets and programs. Yes. So again I am going to begin explanation to this one. So in our planning, so according to based on the length and the period of a planning, the plans are going to be classified. So based on that one, there we had identified 2 types, that is single use plan and standard plans. So single use plans means that is going to be used for a single event or a project. That project has to be within a week or a month, or that period is going to, or duration is going to be depends upon the project ಮೇಲೆ depended ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. That single use ಗೆ plan ಗೆ examples, that is budgets and programs. The budget, so ನಾವು ಏನು sales budget ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ it only for that period. So ಮತ್ತೆ next year ಗೆ the budget is going to be different. So that's why it is called as a example for single use plan. The next one, standing plan. Yes, a standing plan is used for activities that occurs regularly over a period of time. Again and again organization ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕರ್ಡ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹದ್ದನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಗಳು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So here it is designed to ensure that internal operations of the organization run smoothly. These standing plans are going to help to carry out the operational activities or day-to-day activities in an organization. If for that purpose, so what are the plans we are going to be used, that is comes under the standing plan. But single plan only for one unit or one event or one project. But a standing plans are going to be used again and again in an organization to reach the desired goals in carrying a operational activity by smooth manner. It is usually developed once, but it modified from time to time. So the standing plans are going to be set one time or developed once, but the modification or the alternatives will going to be made according to the time period, according to a situation. We are going to be modified such plans. So here, meet business need as required. It includes policies, procedures, methods and the rules. So the best example, take a rules and then an example. Take an example in your college. So college ಅಲ್ಲಿ last year ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿತ್ತು 9 o'clock the classes are going to be start from 9 to 4. This is a rule made in a college with rule of wearing of uniforms, ID card with shoe and everything. So for this year again they may make a modification in that rule, that is the classes are going to be start after 9:30. After 9:30 to till 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So this for the modification, the plan is same. So the time period or the modification or alternatives we are going to be made, that is a standing plan. So in the standing plan means the plans which are going to be used in regular activity in an organization, that is which can be modified according to a time or according to a situation in an organization. The best example for standing planning are the policies, the procedures, the methods and rules are the best example for standing plans. Yes. Though, so here the first one, objectives. So then what is objective? Objectives are the ends towards which the activities of an organization are directed. So here the objectives are the end. The objectives are end. The goals are end, that which the organization are directed. ಯಾವ activities ಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ we should reach the end, that is called as objectives. Next one, they are the desired future goals that the management of an organization would like to reach. The objectives are the desired goals at the end which the management is going to be wish to reach the goals. ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ನ ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇರಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ our desired goals that a management wishes to reach. So management ವಿಶಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ objective, that is desired goals. Next one, thus objectives are the goals which an organization wants to achieve by its operations. Yes, how can we achieve the organizational goals? Is that is by carry outing the operational works in the organization. So here by that thing means what are the works has to be carried out in the organization. So that is going to be given in the objectives. Next one, objectives are set by the top management. ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ the top management has to have the rights to set the objectives and policies are has to be set from top level management. They define the future state of affairs which the organization strives to realize. So here it going to be define the future status. Which one? The desired goals are going to give the a statement about the future. Objective need to be expressed in quantitative measurable terms. So here, so whatever the objectives we are going to be framed, that one should be in a quantitative manner. So it should be in measurable terms. The objectives should be realistic, the specific and measurable. So that is measurable means in a quantitative terms. For example, increasing monthly sales by 10% or earning 20% returns on investment. So this what the quantitative terms expressed. So ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಸೇಲ್, ಈ ಮಂತ್ ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ 10% ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ 20%. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10% ಗಿಂತ 10% ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ quantitative measurable terms, that is called as an objective. Simple way, objectives means here our desired goals which are going to be set from our top level management, that a management wishing to reach the goals, and these objectives are going to be helps to carry out the work in an organization. That is by making the objectives should be in specific, realistic and in measurable terms, that is in quantitative manner. The best example, that is making an improvisation in sales, that is by increasing 10%, or the return of interest should be in the next month, that is more than 25%. Like this we used to make objectives for the month and along with the year. The next one, strategies. Yes. Then what is strategies? The strategy is nothing but a specific programs of action. So, might you have heard the word of strategies? Is it? So while studying or while playing games, we should use our own strategy. Alva? The best example, cricket antane. So cricket anta tagondre, while entering to a field of cricket in a field ge entry adre, first we are going to identify that one who is the best batsman. So ಯಾರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬೌಲರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಯಾವ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಡ್. Based on the strength and weaknesses, our team is going to make a strategy. Yes. So ಅವರು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, yes, so ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಬಾಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಾವು ಕೀಪರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಇರಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿನ ನಾವು ನಿಂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಫಾರ್ ಆರ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಟು ವಿನ್ ದ game. In the same way, the strategies are nothing but a specific programs of action for achieving the objective. Objectives ಗಳನ್ನ reach ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ the some specific programs are going to be made. So that thing is called as a strategies. So of our achieving the objectives of organization by employing the organization resources effectively and economically. Yes. So ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ ಇದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಲೀಡರ್ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನಿಂದಾನೇ ವಿನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ನಾನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನಂಗಿದೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ. Is it? So when I am a leader, I should have a capable of making utilizations of all the team members. So what are their strengths? First I should know about what is my strength or what is the team strength. Nama team du strength enu. Yes, we are the very good batsmen. So namalli number of batsmen enagidare ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಟ್ ಬೌಲರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಬೌಲರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So like this we should identify the strength and weaknesses, that is by utilizing the resources in the same way economically means financially. So ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಬಾರದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಮಿನಿಮೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಗಿ we should use the resources whether it may be come to an ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಮಿಷನರೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ but it should be a specific program has to be made to reach the desired objectives. That's what the strategies. Here the strategy is nothing but it's a specific programs set to reach the desired objectives by using resources in effectively and economically. This is the meaning of strategy. The next one, it is comprehensive plan which act as a guidelines to handle specific problems or crisis. Another one, it is comprehensive plan. So ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ we are going to make a plan for what purpose to reach the goals along with to overcome from the ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಎಸ್ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ನ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅದೇ ತರ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜೀಸ್. Strategies are formulated by the top management. Same here, the plans or the objectives and the strategies are going to be framed from a top level management. Formulation of strategies involves three aspects namely. So idu ಮೂರು aspects ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ strategies formulations ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. First one, determination of the long term objectives. Yes, first they used to be keep in the minds of the long term objectives are going to be kept in their minds. So our minds ಅಲ್ಲಿ long term objectives ಗಳು ಅವರ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು they used to be formulate the strategy. The second one, adopting courses of action to achieve the objectives. Yes, adopting or following some different actions to carry out or to reach the organizational goals. The second, formulating. The third one, allocating the resources necessary to achieve the objectives. Yes, according to the necessity of the resources, they are going to be allocate the resources because we should minimize the usages. So, in a minimum raw material or with the minimum resources, we should make the maximum profit. That's what the main objectives of the strategies. So here the strategies in a simple word, it's a specific programs which are made from the top level management to reach the desired goals by utilizing the resources effectively and economically, and which helps to make the organizational goals and also to overcome from the problems and a crisis in an organization. The best example, that is strike while the iron is hot. Yes, so ivaga iron and steels iron company ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ iron factories ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ iron ಗಾದಿನೇ ಇದೆ ಏನು ಕಬ್ಬಣ ಕಾದಾಗಲೇ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಬಡಿಬೇಕು. For what purpose? For ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಶೇಪ್ಗೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಯಿಸಿದೇನೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಶೇಪ್ಗೆ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ತರ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ನಮಗೆ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಒಂದಿನ ತಾನೇ, ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ ಅದೇನು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಿಷನರೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನೋ ಮೋರ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸಸ್. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ಗೆ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಬೇಡಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ ಐರನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾದಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಬಿಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಷನರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ವರ್ಕರ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ. The next one, policies. The policies are the general statement. So the policies are the general statement which serves as a guide to the decision making in the organization. Organization ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಏನಾಗಿ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್. ಸೊ their policies are a set of general statements. So ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ? ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಲ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಗೈಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸಸ್ ಗಳು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಇನ್ ಅ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ. They provide a framework within which the decision makers are expected to act while decisions. Yes. So here it's going to frame the work which the decision makers has to be expected to work while decision. Yes. While taking a decision, what are the decision has to be taken places? This is going to be the policy is going to be makes a helps to a decision maker by providing a framework or by providing a guidelines. That is how he can take a decision or what are the steps has to be followed. That is what a process or policies ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Next one, for example, an organization may have the purchase policy, pricing policy, recruitment policy with which the objectives are set and decisions are made. According to the objectives and according to the decisions, the policies are going to be framed. The best example, the purchasing department. The purchasing department will be having the policy of purchasing policy, that is raw material. Yes. Why? At what price or from where the raw materials has to be purchased or what price has to be purchased. What is the in time? Andre raw material purchasing time eno. So this what the policies has to be. The statements is the guidelines will be there too for the purchasing department in purchasing of raw material. By seeing that statement, the manager can come through it about the what are the steps or what are the framework has to be carried out, and by that guidelines he will be clear to know about what the work has to be carried out in an organization, that is a policies. The next thing, procedures. Yes, the procedures are the plans presiding the exact time sequences of works to be done. Yes, the procedures means that is a process anta heli kariತೀವಿ. Yes, so in these procedures what is going to be prescribed, that is exact time and sequences of works to be done. So ee time ge work agirbeku, that's it. A procedure is going to be specified, that one. They provide details about series of steps to be followed. So in this procedure they are going to be provide the steps, what are the steps has to be followed to carry out the works or regular order to accomplish any works. Andre works na complete ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ according to an order, so what are the steps has to be carried out, that will be stated in procedure. So procedures are the guidelines to action and they are usually intended to the work which are repetitive in nature. So obviously the steps are going to be helps to carry out the works, and these procedures are going to be in repetitive manner. So daily ಅದೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ರಿಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ನ ರಿಸೀವರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ದ principal. After the signature of the principal, you have to contact to a fees, that is management section. After payment of fees, your admission is going to be complete. This is what the procedure. So it's a regular procedure, but the time and the some aspects are going to be changes for according to a structure or the situation, that is the procedure. So here this procedure is nothing but which is going to be prescribed the exact time and the what work has to be carried out by following the procedure. Steps is will going to be stated in the procedures. The next thing, methods. So here the methods may or the manner of doing each planned task for accomplishing the objectives is known as a method. So here method andre in which manner the work is going to be carried out. Yava method alli the work carry out agutto, that manner is called as a method anta heli karite, for what purpose? To accomplish the goals. In details, in which steps of the procedures and specific how each step has to be performed. So in a procedure alli namage steps is matra indicated ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ specific ಆಗಿ how it's to be carried out, that is called as a method. So the method may differ from steps to step. So ಈ procedure ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ steps ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, but method ಅಲ್ಲಿ the steps are going to be changed, differ. Selection of proper method saves time, money and effort and increases the efficiency. Yes, ಯಾವ method ಅನ್ನು selection ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Yes, so I have a different methods. Which method has to be followed in an organization, that is called as by saving a time, money, efforts and efficiency. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಸೇವ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇದೆ, that is called as a method. So method has limited scope compared to the procedure, as it just specific the best way of performing a particular step in a procedure. So limited procedures ಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಸಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ method is an limited words, because procedures are really they are going to be carried out for regularly, they are going to be carried out, but the method according to the work process or according to the work the method is going to be identifiable. So particular steps enagutte procedure is going to be followed, that is what a method. So don't get confusion about the procedures and method. Procedure is nothing but a prescribed exact time what the work has to be carried out, or about the series of steps is going to be indicated in procedure. But in a method it going to give the which manner the work is going to be carried out, yava way alli athwa yava method alli carry out agudu, that is called as a method. The next one, rules. So rules are established principles of carrying out the activities in a systematic manner. The rules are established principles. Yes, it has been established for what purpose? To carry out the activities in a systematic manner or in a disciplined manner. Now rule ge example nodidvi. One of the single use plan alli the best example is rule and method. Ikandre now one time matra en martivi, we are going to be carry out the rules and methods, but the standing plans are regularly using, that is objectives, strategies, procedures idella barodu illige namge in standing plans alli. Yes, so these rules are going to help to make a maintain of a discipline and systematic manner in an organization. That's what is called as a established principles. The rules are established principles which are followed to carry out the or to maintain the systematic manner or discipline in an organization. In other words, they are the specific statements which prescribe the code of behavior to the people of an organization and specify what is to be done and yes, what is to be done or yes. So ಇದನ್ನ stated ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ the rules is a specific statement. So in specific statement what is going to be stated that one, so how the behavior has to be taken place in an organization and what the work has to be carried out specifically noted in the rules, that is in a statement. So that's why it is called as a specific statement. Rules are rigid. Of course, the rules are rigid. The stiffness irutte. They do not permit any deviations and demands strikes or complaints. Yes. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, rigid ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ we cannot identify, we cannot follow any deviation. So, ಇವತ್ತು ID card ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, yes, of course he has to pay the fine. So, there is no excuses. So, that is what the deviations. Their violations attracts disciplinary action or penalties. So avara in case rules na meeri avara bere activities alli involve adre enirutte avage penalties irutte athwa avage ಏನದು ಬೇರೆ disciplinary actions ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು measures ಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. Example, wear ID card compulsory at the workplaces. Yes, organizations alli ID cards ಅಥವಾ uniforms ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, compulsory ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Yes, if you are not going to wear the ID cards or uniforms in an organization, obviously you has to bear the, because you are break the rule. So in that cases the penalty has to be paid from the particular worker. That is rules. The next one, programs. A program which lay down the operation to be carried out to accomplish a given task within a specific period of time. So here the program is, that is which the work has to be carried out or accomplishing within a specific period of time. Yes. So ಯಾವ work carry out ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ time ಅಲ್ಲಿ carry out ಆಗಬೇಕು, that will be stated in programs. So programs are drawn in conformity with the objectives of a organization. So the programs are drawn according to the based on the objectives of a organization. They are the framework for the works which are non-repetitive in manner. Yes, programs are non-repetitive in manner. So the best example, program of production of 100 tons of steels in the month of December. So the December month alli ಏನಿದೆ 100 units of ton steels ಗಳನ್ನ produce ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು program ಇದೆ. Again this program is not going to be repeating again. So that's what the program is nothing but that is which laid on the operations has to be carried out to given the certain task, and the task ಗೆ related ಆಗಿ so the work is going to be carried out in a specific time period irutte. So that is programs. The last one, that is budgets. So what is budget? Budget is a statement of expected results expressed in numerical terms. So the budget is statement of expected results expressed in numerical terms. Numerical terms ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ expected ಆಗಿರುವಂತ results provide ಮಾಡೋದು, it is called as a budget. So it's a plan which expresses the future facts and figures in quantitative terms for a specific period. Yes, ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು sales budget, annual financial budget ನ yearly once ನಮ್ಮ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಿಎಂ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಪಿಎಂ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ they used to consider all the sectors in the same way. Organization allu kuda by considering all the departments or all the aspects, they used to frame the budget. In that they are going to be expressed in quantitative terms for the specific period. Next to March 1st in the next to March 1st ತನಕ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That's what stated in a numerical terms in a budget. The best example, The sales budget helps in forecasting the sales of a particular product during the particular month. Likewise, a budget may also be prepared to a number of workers required in the factory at the time of production. So ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಮಂತ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದೇ ತರ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಂದ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅ ಬಜೆಟ್. So here again the budget, again I'm going to come from the beginning, that is from objectives. Yes, objectives is first thing, that is desired goals is which are set from the top level management. It should be realistic and quantitative terms and measurable terms. The strategies is nothing but it's a specific programs which are going to be give the actions to carry out the organizational goals by providing the guidances. Next one, the policies are the statements, that is general statements will be there. The best example of production policy, purchasing policy. In the general statement also there will be a guide to carry out the works. Next one, procedure means here exact in the time and what the work has to be carried out. That will going to be stated in a procedure, but this procedure will going to be in repetitive manner. Again and again the same procedure is going to be followed. The next one, methods means here it's a prescribed manner of doing a plan. So task ಏನು planned task ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, that is called as a method. Next one, the rules are nothing but the principles is established by top level management for what purpose, to carry out the disciplines or the systematic manner in the organization. Again the programs are nothing but here it's going to be carry out the or going to give laid on the operations of carry outing accomplishing given task with a specific period of time. So ಇದು time ಪ್ರಕಾರ so what are the programs has to be carried out or how the works has to be taken places. So budget means it is going to be expressed in numerical terms and expected results are also going to be stated in a budget. So these are the types of plans. It is very important related to your examination parts, especially the procedures, methods and rules for 1 mark and 2 mark, and entire you have to be learn for 8 mark. So ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು 8 mark ಗೆ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Yes, thank you so much. It ends your 4th chapter related to